Right now at midday, remembering George Floyd, a somber day in Houston as friends of Houston native George Floyd and the community say goodbye to the man whose death has ignited a national movement to stop racial injustice in our country.
The live look inside the Fountain of Praise Church at this hour as people prepare to attend that final public memorial that's being held before George Floyd is laid to rest. We have team coverage of today's viewing. There are 2 parking locations for people to be shuttled to the church. We have our Brittany Jeffers and Kathy Hernandez at both locations checking in on that.
But we want to begin with Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli. He is joining us live from the church this morning with the very latest. Vince, good morning.
Good morning. We are now less than an hour away from the viewing. This will be Floyd's last public celebration of life, a final farewell.
The morning sun shined upon the Fountain of Praise Church as preparations were finalized for George Floyd's public viewing. Libby Pettit among the first in line to pay her respects.
I'm here because I want to bear witness. I want to be present. This is a moment of national transformation, and to me it's important to be here and to tell my son that we saw this and we were on the right side of history.
The stage was set, grass manicured, flowers planted as George Floyd's procession arrived around 9 o'clock, flanked by Houston's finest.
I feel incredibly thankful to be here. This 4-hour drive that it took to get here is nothing for what it will mean in the scope of the rest of my life, to be able to tell my son that I watched our world change in a way I never would have imagined in my lifetime.
This service taking place 2 weeks after Floyd was killed in Minnesota. This is Floyd's last public viewing, an emotional farewell.
A sense of peace and gratitude to the Floyd family to open their hearts to share this with us. I cannot imagine the pain that they're going through, and they could very well have wanted privacy. But to recognize that Mr. Floyd's death will not be in vain, and to share it with our nation in such a public way that can bring about the changes our nation needs from the local to the state to the federal level is so important.
Dallas Jones is a deacon at the church and explains how things will work for those coming to pay their final respects.
Upon entering the building, you will be subject to metal detectors, temperature checks. Masks are required and mandatory to enter the building.
Stand by. Again, the public viewing begins at noon and ends at 6 o'clock this afternoon. Reporting live in Houston, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Vincent, thank you.